Top of the morning, guys. Kish my world here. What is actually happening to Sweden? Something very wrong is happening here in Sweden in general, especially here in Malmö where I am right now. It's been crazy, helter skelter. The other day we got a message from the authorities telling us not to leave our homes because there is a threat of two deadly items that have been located by the police, especially people living along this street, which I am going to be showing you, called Ramelsväg. A few weeks before that, a young kid, 25-year-old, was killed at 2 o'clock in the daylight, in broad daylight, smack in the middle of the day, with an automatic weapon. Boom! We're gonna be going to the scene of the crime and seeing exactly how it was. The police had cordoned off the whole area, trying to identify what had happened. Still in the area of Ramelsväg. Yesterday, a 13-year-old kid, can you imagine, 1-3, was stopped because police had a hint, and then they had to stop this kid randomly in the streets. Like they were stopping people in the streets. And they stopped a 13-year-old kid who had in possession an automatic weapon, and another 17-year-old who has been arrested because they were planning to execute a murder. Yeah, the other day also, there was also two suspected explosives that were found, but they were not really dangerous, so the police said it's okay. It's happening so much. In Rosengård Centrum, like the central here, there were also like a lot of police because there was a threat of something. Speaking of police, look, there's police everywhere. We are going to be seeing a lot of police here because they are patrolling the area like crazy. They are patrolling with the police cars, like this one here, in plain clothes. Probably the car in front is also a police car. They are in scooters, they are walking, everything, because there's a huge threat happening in this area. It is not known exactly what is happening, but that's what we're about to find out. But according to news sources, everything has to do with criminal gangs. Criminal gangs, drug gangs, who are rivaling against each other. The ones who sell, illegal substances. And like the kid who was executed here a few days ago, the 25 years old, he was executed by a person who came all the way from Stockholm down here to Malmö just to make the revenge, And a lot is happening here. So I'm wondering, man, what is happening to Sweden? Is it safe? Is it safe even to be here? Actually, I even feel more threatened. Another police car over there. Yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of police cars in this video. Actually, I'm even wondering to myself, is Sweden more dangerous than my home country, Kenya? For those who don't know, my origin is from Kenya. I came to Sweden about 5 years ago, And when I was coming here, I knew Sweden as a safe haven, as a paradise, a place where all this ish does not happen. Actually, in my home country, Kenya, we've never had so many bomb scares like we have here. Another one just exploded the other day in a place called Karlskrona. It exploded in the entrance of a building and boom, everything was destroyed. And so many others. They're all in the news, in the media, everywhere. And it begs the question, what is happening to good old Sweden, man? When I moved here 5 years ago, I moved here because I had met someone, a love of my life. And she was a lover of Africa. But she said, you know what, it's better we move to Sweden because it's so nice. It's so calm. There's work opportunities and everything. And I was like, okay, let's give it a shot. And 5 years later, I came to love this country because it was so nice and call it my home country because I became a citizen here. But I think the Sweden of 5 years is probably not the Sweden of now, or something just needs to be done. The criminal gangs are really advanced. Now they are using young kids because there is this very strange laws in Sweden that kids who are under 18 years cannot be prosecuted for crimes, including murder. They're handed over to the social system, something called HSB homes, and pretty much they just get a slap on the wrist. So that's what this is all about. But anyways, let's go and see. In this area that we are here, it's called Rosengård, and more specifically, this area is called Ramelsveg. This is exactly where a lot of shit has gone down. And where we'll be going right now, we'll be going to the scene of a crime about 3 weeks ago that happened. The one that I'm telling you, somebody got executed smack in the middle of the day. If you look at the area right now, it looks like it's very, very calm, you know? Like there's nobody out in the streets, there's nothing happening. It's so calm. Like you might think nothing happens, but honestly, a lot has gone down in this area. Hopefully we can be able to talk to some people who live here so that they can express their concern without getting into too much trouble ourselves. Okay, so let's go and see what this is all about. Kish my world. Wow, guys, even as I'm pulling up around here, there's already a bunch of police over here, randomly. I didn't even know I'll find them in this area, but I can show you. I hope it's allowed to record police, you know. But over there, you can see there's like a police car somewhere. There's another police car behind it, and there's like 3 or 4 policemen walking around this area. Because probably they've given a hint that something might be going down. I'm not speculating anything, but you don't just see police walking everywhere. And if you look at the area, it looks just like a normal, you know, normal place, normal buildings. Like there's no people in the streets around here. But no, that is not the case. A lot is happening. And this is a church, probably in this church area. You see there's one police car. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, that's the police car pulling away. And there's another one parked here. And there was like 3 or 4 policemen who were walking about here in this area. Oh yeah. Now this is where everything happened. This is the building where the young man was tragically shot to death. And you can see people have come to light up a vigil, you know, saying, "Forever it's Sakna Day." That means we forever miss you. And they've been lighting candles here and putting flowers because of everything that has been happening around here. Really, really sad. I don't know if some locals can be willing to talk to us about it. Ursäkta, vad är det som händer här? Vet du vad som händer? You speak English or Swedish?
I speak English, but I don't know what is this.
You don't know? Yeah. Okay, but somebody died here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, these ones are just normal people minding their own business, so they don't really know what happened here. But of course we do. Ah, there's a guy with a flower here. Some flowers, maybe he can tell us. Yeah, okay. Brorsan, är det bra? Vet du vad som hände här?
Någon blev skjuten.
Någon blev skjuten? I området här?
Filmar du mig?
Nej, filma området. Okay. Vill du prata om det eller? Okay. Okay, so something actually did happen down here, as you can see. And it probably was a sad thing. But yes, of course I knew it, but I wanted to hear the locals talking about it. But people are not too open to talking about it right here. But I'm going to show you the area, how it was cordoned off. I think the police tapes are still around here. So we're going to find out how everything was. But as I told you, people in Sweden are not really open to speaking to strangers and stuff like that. So it's very difficult to get any opinions from anyone. Okay, so let's go and see more of this. Like that guy who was collecting the flowers, I'm sure he knows a lot of what happened exactly in detail. But of course, he has the right to his own privacy. Okay, let's go. And generally, this area is just, you can see it's very calm. Like literally, you wouldn't think anything happens. It's a very open park. You can see people are just coming and enjoying the area. But this is where the area where a few days ago people were told nobody should come out of their houses because it might be very risky. There was two identified objects that were here that could be explosives. So everybody was told to stay away from the windows, stay away from, open areas, and be locked inside the house until the bomb squad came and they discovered what was happening, and they got rid of the threat. But yeah, this whole area had been cordoned off, and as I was walking here the other day, I saw there was still some of that police tape that was cordoning off the area, and you can see if it's still there. But even walking here, it feels like you're afraid because probably people are like watching you. You don't know if the police will stop you. You don't know, like these people who are planning their revenge when they can strike next. It's a real tricky situation in this area, Yeah, but that's just how it is. It's become like one of those countries. Yes. And as you can see over here, this is some of the police papers they had cordoned off this entire area. You see, this is like, it says here police advisory. So they had come here and they'd cordoned off the entire area because it was a high risk area. And if you see that, you can definitely know that something was going down. And this is just one area of the place called Rosengård. We are going to go to another area in the central there, and we're gonna see also what happened there or what's happening there. Like, it's very, very crazy what's happening in a country such as this, a country such as Sweden, where everything seems to be so perfect, but it really isn't. If you look at the roads, if you look at the area, looks very, very nice and calm and normal. I wish you could get some opinions from some people, but people are not super friendly. But yeah, we keep going and seeing what will happen around here. Man, guys, if you walk around here, like in the mornings, now it's like in the afternoon, in the late afternoon, everything seems calm. But when the madness strikes, it just strikes. Actually, the incident that happened here in this area, it happened exactly at around this point, around 3 o'clock or something, between 2 and 3 o'clock. And now it's actually 14:44. So you can see it happened around this time, right in the middle of the day. Like somebody just decided, you know what, it's time to take revenge or to eliminate whoever was, taking business or what it might be. No idea. And it's a very beautiful place in this area, as you can see. Look here, we have like a football plan where, like, these kids who are shooting each other could be doing something productive, like shooting some footballs and not weapons and guns. Yeah, and just walking over here, you don't even want to try and look at somebody the wrong way because you never know who they are. They can be kids as young as 13 years, or they can be adults as old as 25, even 30 probably, who are doing all this. So it's very, very scary. Yes, and also I read also in the news, in a different place, still here in Sweden, they had to evacuate a school because there was also another bomb threat. Yeah, like it's just too many explosives that are going on around here, and it's just a scary situation to be here in Sweden. So everybody that you meet, you have to be like a little bit extra careful with who you deal with. Yeah, but the best thing is to just avoid any problems, you know. Yeah. And this is a school here called Rosengård School. So you can only imagine what the kids who are here are feeling. They're really afraid for their lives. They're afraid of playing outside because you never know, you might just come into contact with a stray bullet. Yeah, it's really sad what Sweden is come to. But let's just hope it's a wave. I know before, like, it was like this, it was a bit dangerous in this area, but it had calmed down very, very much ever since I moved to the south. I've been living in Stockholm, but I moved here for a while and almost nothing was happening. But now it's crazy. Every night there is something, or police advice, don't go here, don't do that. Police patrolling the streets. Imagine how many resources are being put out to just ensure that nothing happens. But at least there is security, you feel safe and secure. So that's one thing that we're thankful for, you know, that at least we feel there's a place to run to. Anyways, let's go and see the Centrum also. Yesterday they had also placed some flowers there or closed off an area and see what was happening there also. Kish my world. So guys, I'm here reading the news and it says that several police have been deployed because of the ongoing gang conflict here in Malmö. So according to the news agency, let me show you so that you don't think I'm making up my own stuff. This is what it says here, you know. So they mean that several police officers have been deployed here because of an ongoing criminal gang war. So there's like some sort of war that's happening. That's why people are shooting each other like crazy left, right, and center, bombing each other, and the general, normal, hard-working public, unfortunately, is also affected because they might be aiming for somebody and you catch a stray bullet, or maybe a bomb detonates near to where you are and it affects you. So that's the sad reality about the area, about what is happening here. And it's just young men, you know, just small young men around the area. So my gosh, I hope everything is going to calm down. And this area looks really calm right now, but you never know when lightning will strike. So let's hope for the best. So as I'm walking around here in this windy day, there's a lot of people, not a lot of people, but there's people that I'm meeting who are outside enjoying the good weather and good vibes here in this area of Rosengård. Most of them are just living their normal daily lives. Like you can't really tell like much is happening here, but many of them are actually quite worried about the situation, because most of them, a lot of people don't really like the camera here, but they are claiming that it's been a high escalation of all the violence that's been going on here. It's not something that they've seen before in the past. Everything had calmed down so much more, but apparently now it's like a new wave of violence that's happening here. But the majority of them, again, are very, very thankful for the resources around. There is so many police everywhere. As you walk, there's police cars, there's police patrolling on foot, there's police even in like scooters. You know, they're just walking and they're living there. They're making sure that everything is looking safe. So that really gives a sense of good feeling for the people or the residents of this area over here in Rosengård, Malmö, southern Sweden. Yeah, and the violence is up and down also in the capital, but here it seems to have a new wave that is springing up. So we're gonna go this last side here and see what we can be able to cough up or what we can be able to see. Still, nobody is willing to speak to a random YouTuber on the streets. I wish I had like a journalist card. Maybe they trust Swedish journalists more, you know. But we're just examining the area. But as you can see, it's normal everyday life here. Normal everyday life. Everything seems nice and good. The houses are very beautiful as usual. So it's just some small elements here and there that is actually ruining the place. Okay, so we're gonna go again towards the central and see one last area of the place before we finish up today's video. But it's really a sad state here. But the funny thing is, like, for example, if you compare this place and the violence happening here and all these threats to other countries, is a huge difference. Like here you would almost say nothing is happening, even though there is a huge dark cloud over this place. A lot of explosions left, right and center, a lot of warnings, people who have been shot here and there, and it's crazy. Like, it's like very organized here. But all in all, we can say there is a good amount of safety around here. Yes, and as I told you, I am in this place called Rosengård. So this is the central business. Like, this is where everything is. So let's go and see there what is going down. Kish my world. And guys, remember to give the video a like as we do more investigative reporting like this in this place, and see what is actually transpiring in this beautiful country of Sweden. Kish my world. Let's do this. Guys, if you see behind me over here, it says police. So there's a police house over here. All this is police house. And there's a lot of police who are there. Different units, different squads, you know, anti-terror, bomb squad, anything, traffic. All of them are behind me. And you can see at least there's a level of safety that is being displayed around here. So we can say that is something that is actually of good, yeah, you know, in this area. It's a bit chaotic still, but they still keep trying to do the best that they can to make sure that the place is safe and sound, you know. That is how things are in this place. But otherwise, life is going on as normal. People are living their normal lives, nothing much happening. You can see, like, even behind me, people are just walking their dogs like usual. Yeah, so life is normal. Life is going on as normal so far, but it's really crazy because you never know what is lurking behind the bushes over here, like what they're trying to hide and stuff like that. But anyways, we move on and we give thanks for the gift of life, you know. So yeah, that is why we come to the end of the day's short video. We're just trying to see the environment around Malmö right now with all these bomb scares and everything, and to just find out what can further be done to improve the situation. That is it for now. Kish my world. See you guys in the next round, top of the morning. That is it.